Example F. This is our last example we're going to look at in section 5.5. So we're looking at an application situation. Go ahead and read the question. We're sorting data by way of matrices, and this is very, very common in the real world. Now, you're not going to probably see it like this. You're more likely to see it in an Excel spreadsheet. Anyway, let's see if we can answer question letter A. So letter A says, compute AB and explain what it represents. So compute AB and explain what it represents. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, since I have this printed out off in front of me already, obviously. I'm going to just move matrix B right here next to matrix A. So that would look like this now. Okay, so notice that these three values represent what? The type of seat: first class, premium economy, and economy. So again, this represents what? The actual, here's what it really means. The fare, right? The price per passenger in dollars for what? Each class of seat. Notice that the row headings here, first class, premium economy, match the column headings in the first matrix. That should always happen. All your units should be aligned in order for this to work out. So again, this means first class, premium economy, and economy. Column headings match the row headings. So what you're left with then would be this. You're left with flight number 1, and then flight number deuce, and then flight number 3, okay? You're left with the original row headings, all right? Remember, when you multiply two matrices together, the outermost entries, the number of rows in the first matrix and then the number of columns in the second matrix, will give you your resulting size. So the units here that represent the number of rows in matrix A, and the unit here that represents the column in matrix B, will actually be your units in your answer. So let's see if we can figure this out. All we got to do is 60 times 6,000, 80 times 3,500, and then 160 times 1,500. Let's go ahead and put that in. So what I did in my calculator is 60 times 6,000 plus 80 times 3,500 plus 160 times 1,500. And that would give me this result, $880,000. All right? For the next one, flight number 2, we're going to do 50 times 6,000 plus 60 times 3,500 plus 190 times 1,500. And we get $795,000 for that one. If I did the same thing for the final row, be multiplied through this column, you'd end up with $730,000. All right, now we need to interpret the meaning of this. So what does this mean? Well, these results would tell us the total amount of what? The total amount of fares per passenger for flight 1, flight 2, and flight 3. All right? So for flight 1, the total fare amount would be $880,000. For flight 2, the total fare amount would be $795,000, so on and so forth. All right, letter B. We want to compute cab, matrix C times matrix A times matrix B, and then again explain its meaning. All right, so what we have to do is this. We already know from the previous part A that this represents AB. All right, this is really representative of matrix A times B. So all we have to do now to figure out CAB is this. Let's write down write down matrix C first. We have to do this in order. So that would be 8, 6, 6. And then we're just going to bring this down. And what I mean by that is we're going to bring this matrix AB down right here. All right, so let's rewrite matrix AB, and that would be this. And then this. All right, so all we got to do now is multiply this thing together. So what you're doing here is what? 8 times 880,000 plus 6 times 795,000 plus 6 times 730,000. Note, you just get one answer. You get one answer because this is a 1 by 3 times a 3 by 1. This is a 1 by 3 times a 3 by 1. The outermost values are going to be representative of the size of the product. So it's going to be a 1 by 1. And so when you do that, this times this, plus this times this, plus this times this, you end up with this result. Now, this represents what? Well, this would be, first of all, this matrix, the units would be what? This would be the number of all flight type 1, flight type 2, flight type 3 in the month of June. And this is representative of what? This will be flight 1, flight 2, flight 3 in terms of the fare that the airline is getting from every passenger. So in other words, this is like revenue, all right? Revenue per flight type. So that's why there's a dollar amount on top. And again, do you see how these units are aligned here? So that means in our final answer, which is CAB, this product, you're going to get a dollar amount for your column heading and June for your row heading. Okay, so what does this mean then? Well, this is actually telling us the total revenue for the month of June that this Pacific Airlines is taking in. Hope you guys are hanging in there. Have a good day.